Hello and welcome to Cecil TV, Cecil Weekly. It's August 28th and I'm your host, Rob Chirnside. Tonight we have a couple of guests, but before we get into that, I want to tell you school starts September 5th. And don't forget, parents, to make sure the school has your current bus stop information. It's very important. Okay? Thanks. Krista Gilmore. Welcome, Krista.
Hi, Rob.
Krista, you're with Cecil Cares. Tell us about your organization.
Sure. I work for Cecil County Government Division of the Department of Community Services, and I'm the Volunteer Community Resource Coordinator for the department, and we have an upcoming countywide day of service on September 23rd called Cecil Cares.
So Cecil Cares is actually the label for the day of service?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay,
that's
I got
correct.
that.
Yes.
And at September 23rd, you work for the Department of Community Services.
Yes, I do.
Through the county.
Yes.
And you're actually grant funded, correct?
Yes, we are. This initiative is funded through the Governor's Office on Service and Volunteerism. And the purpose of that grant is just to get people volunteering. And so what better way to do that than one designated day to get people out and get excited about volunteering in their community.
Well, people should be excited about volunteering because we're all ultimately neighbors anyway. And on September 23rd, you have various projects sponsored by various organizations, correct?
That's correct. We have about 14 projects coordinated by several nonprofits and agencies. We have something in just about in every municipality in the county, from Northeast to Port Deposit to Elkton, down to Earlville. So the best way for people to find out about the day and those projects and their needs is to visit our website.
Which is?
volunteercecil.org.
Sounds simple enough.
Yes.
And it's on a Saturday.
Yes, it is.
The 23rd.
Yes, it is.
Is there a time frame for this? Or?
Depends on the individual projects. I think that nobody's starting any earlier than 8 or 9 o'clock. There's one project that's just going for a couple of hours at the Elkton Community Kitchen. They're doing a kitchen scrub at the Presbyterian Church. That lasts from about 10 to 12. But all those details can be found on volunteercecil.org.
So people could go on there, volunteercecil.org, check out what the various projects are,
Correct.
and figure out where they would best mesh.
That's right.
People of all ages, correct?
That's right. For most part, there's a couple of projects that are geared for children. Fair Hill Nature Center has a wonderful project that they're coordinating to do holiday cards for troops and veterans.
Nice.
And I believe that they are coordinating that with the Stockings for Soldiers project that Crouch Funeral Home has been doing for quite some time. So that's one way that children can be a part, and it's children from like age 3 and up. But the best thing to do, though, is to go into that site and get registered so that we know how many people are going to show up for the day.
Well, how many so far are registered?
Probably about 25, and we're hoping to have about 120. So people really need to get cracking and go and find
Well,
a
you
project.
read my mind, because that was my next question. How many are you looking for? 120
Yeah.
people for about 14 projects, so that's about 10 people average per project.
That's about right.
People get out there and meet new people and establish new networks and everything.
That's right.
Probably help some of their own neighbors. It sounds like a win-win, and I know neighbors helping neighbors is very important. I mean, where would Texas be without that spirit?
That's true.
And we have it here in Cecil County.
That's right, yeah.
What did we miss? Anything?
Everybody gets a T-shirt.
T-shirt?
Everybody gets a T-shirt for the day. Some of the organizations are providing lunch for their volunteers, and we have promoted to businesses to suggest that, you know what, if you can't get out and volunteer for that day, contact one of those nonprofits, one of those organizations, and say, you know what, we want to provide lunch for your volunteers. So that's another way that people can get involved without actually doing the hands-on volunteering. But it's important because people need to be fed.
So like Casapoulas could say, for example, in Elkton, or any of the restaurants could say, we're going to provide subs for their volunteers.
That'd be fantastic if somebody did that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, Rob, thank
I'm looking
you.
forward to it.
Thank you. Which project are you going to sign up for?
The one that requires a week back and a week mind.
Okay.
Because that's all I got left.
Thanks. Thank you.
And now, from Fire Tower Farm Brewery. Roger Davis going to talk to us about his brewing operation and a big event coming up September 30th. Roger, welcome.
Hi, Rob. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody.
So, tell us a little bit first about your brewery and how you got started and what gave you the idea and everything.
Absolutely. We got started, basically the kernel of the idea was something that's called terroir, taste of the land. What does local taste like? You hear a lot about local flavor, supporting local. What does that grain, that corn, wheat, barley, taste like in a beer where you grow it yourself? And that was the kernel that started where we are, Fire Tower Farm Brewery.
And you're in collaboration as well?
We are. We started up operation in collaboration with Bill and Phyllis Kilby of Kilby Cream operation. Everybody should be familiar with them.
Sure, sure. I've been buying their milk for quite a while.
Indeed.
So you grow the barley on the Kilby farm.
Correct. Corn, wheat, and barley.
And you make beer out of it. Do you have particular varieties that beer that you find that people flock to, or?
Yeah, it varies on season and varies on the person. Beer is food, so everybody has their own palate. I will tell you, so far, this being our first year, starting in January of this year, summer definitely the lighter. We've definitely seen a lot of people liking our lighter corn ales.
Right.
That's been our bigger seller in the summer. In the cooler months, it's been our mocha stout, our full house mocha stout.
Yeah, I like the stouts myself. And in fact, I went on your website and I saw the video with the stout and the vanilla ice cream from Kilby Cream.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah, that looked very interesting.
It's an interesting combo that I did not believe till I tasted it. It was a good beer float.
You're going to have ice cream at your event is September 30th, correct?
Correct. September 30th from 2 to 6 p.m. at Flying Plow Farm, 96C Johnson Farm Lane, over just west of Rising Sun on 273. And we'll be having Crave Food Truck taking the food, the chicken, the beef, the vegetables, the lamb, and making plates that people can buy there off their food truck with the farm products.
So it's really a collaborative effort between...
Absolutely. Us, Flying Plow Farm, Airlie Farm Lamb, Kilby Cream's going to be there serving ice cream. So it's about local farms, local businesses coming together for a picnic. Friends, both old and new, enjoying a day at the farm.
Sounds like a good place and a good event to find out what local tastes like.
Absolutely.
So you started this brewing operation how long ago?
3 to 4 years ago is when we started, and that was shortly after the farm brewery legislation kicked in. We built our brewery ourselves, and we, like I said, just started up in January of this year officially as a brewery, but all the time in addition to that has been preparing the building, getting everything done. It was very much a we did it ourselves scenario for the brewery.
And there's a bit of symbiosis here between your operation and the dairy farm, is there not?
Absolutely. One of the things that is vital to a brewery, and especially where we are, is the collaboration of our waste streams. One thing I'm very proud of is from day one, we've been a zero waste stream operation from the brewery. Water, spent grains, hops, those things are waste streams from a brewery that can be quite problematic to get rid of and frankly pose a lot of issues to a lot of startups. Being on a dairy farm with an anaerobic digester allows us to have complete utilization of our waste products into that process.
And I know about anaerobic digesters because I went on a field trip to Magic Hat.
Nice.
And that actually takes the waste and creates, through methane gas, energy.
Absolutely. It goes from, and primarily the digester wasn't created for us, it's primarily for the cow and
Sure.
decomposition of the cow manure, but in the process, as you said, it turns it into methane and compost. So it makes something that is troublesome into a good thing for energy, renewable resource, and for compost to put right back onto the soil as an enrichment.
So we have local, we have sustainability, and we have lots of fun September 30th with lots of food and drink and all kinds of good stuff.
Absolutely.
Live music as well?
Live music as well.
Games?
Games, definitely a cornhole tournament, working on all the other details of what else is going to be offered. But we'll be posting that on our Facebook site. If you look up Fire Tower Farm Brewery on Facebook or Flying Plow Farm on Facebook, we'll have the details, and we'll be putting it up through Eventbrite for ticket sales.
Great. And how much is a ticket?
Admission is $5. $5 gets you parking and admission into the event. From there, you'll be able to buy from the food truck, from Kilby. We'll be serving beer, cups of beer live or while you're there.
Nice.
And you'll also be able to take food that you taste home. There'll be food from Flying Plow, food from Airlie Farm, and of course beer you can buy and take home too.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.